Paramania Radio.
So it's Monday.
Yeah.
And what do we always do on Monday?
Well, duh. We go there.
Where at?
Paramania? How long you been doing this?
Well, long enough, but we need to let other people know.
I know you'd be like,
this is Teresa, and please come join us for Set Chat and Rap with the Lunches. Jay will make you laugh.
Jay. Hey, y'all, this is Big Dumb Redneck. Come listen to us here on ParamaniaRadio.com.
I'll get out my stones and my crystals and make you feel all tingly inside.
And I'm about as sensitive as a rock.
You are a rock.
Guess Sparty's one. What time?
7 to 9 p.m. Where are you at?
I'm right here.
Why?
I'm sitting next to you. You're looking at me.
No, I've been in the studio with you. You do bad things.
Oh, no, not all the time. You guys come and listen to us.
I
on
would.
ParamaniaRadio.com.
I would, because she's funny.
Monday nights, 7p to 9p.
Eastern Daylight Time. ParamaniaRadio.com.
Tune in to the Chris and Wayne Show every Thursday night at 8 o'clock on ParamaniaRadio.com. Up aboard the Haunted Ship of Doom and join Captain Chris.
It was the government secretly outside of the studio.
Skipper Wayne.
I think it's time you get the Kraken out of your butt.
Deck Wench Joe.
Yeah, I got stuck on the corner.
And of course, Cabin Boy Todd. Oh, look where I'm sitting. And always remember our motto. Don't just listen to the mayhem, be a part of it.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Paramania, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
You are listening to Paramania Radio.
You're listening to the Parasearch UK radio show with your hosts Kerry Greenaway and Jay Lynch, right here on Paramania Radio.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Parasearch UK radio show. Kerry Greenaway, how you doing over in the wonderful UK?
I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm fine and dandy, thank you.
Aren't we just a little Miss Chipper this evening?
Oh, very chipper this evening. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I could have probably imagined a few things, but we won't talk about it on there.
No, I'm really good, thank you. Really good. And you guys, is everybody okay?
I am.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Dave? Dave's with us tonight as well.
I am fine. How are you?
I'm absolutely fine. Don't start me giggling, guys. Don't start me giggling because it will go messy from then on.
Well, I'll tell you what. Last night I was listening to Big and Funky's Ghost Show a Go-Go and for their first show, and they talking about how they kept going off the rail. They ain't got nothing on what's going to happen tonight.
Uh-oh. Did they put a challenge on the table, Jay?
They have no idea about going off the rails with their show. Look at you and I, and me and Teresa on Monday nights. Lord have mercy. Do we even know what a rail is?
No, I don't know. There are times where I wonder.
Jake's over here going, yes, you do, and you ignore them.
No. See, Jay knows what the rail is. It's that third rail, the one with the high voltage. He goes, ooh, it dingles.
Right?
Can I pee on it? Can I pee on it?
Can I pee on it?
Don't pee on the spark plug, Jay. Don't pee on the spark plug.
It gives me a little wingle in the dinkle.
Winkle in his dinkle. Oh, my God. Anyway, oh, God. Let's get this show on the rails, at least to start with, before we go off the rails.
Oh, you were going to say that made my sticker pack out.
Now, I may not be able to say this properly. I'm just just saying. Tonight we're talking about coincidences. Oh, my God.
Coincidences.
Coinkydinks. And this is a really hard word. Synchronicities.
Synchronized swimming.
So tonight we're talking about coincidences and synchronicities.
Thank you, Dave.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wasn't that a coincidence that she couldn't say it?
Oh my God. Oh dear. So, okay, let's start with, is there a difference between the two? I've actually got a structure to this, believe it or not. Is there a difference between the two, guys?
What are the two? Shouldn't you more define them before you start asking questions about the difference?
Oh, God's sakes. You just want me to say them a lot, don't you? Right, well, both are defined as a striking occurrence of two or more events at one time. Okay, so that's the definition. However, the difference, I'm reading this, is that coincidence is perceived as chance or luck, whereas the other word implies the presence of a deeper intelligence at work. There you go. There's the difference.
Well, there you go.
There you go, guys.
So is it chance or is it...
Go ahead.
Is it fate or is it planned, basically?
Yeah.
Basically. So you're using big words to say simple things.
Yeah. Oh,
look at me sound all smart if I could just say this stuff.
Not fate or planned. Fate or planned would actually be synchronicity. It's either just random chance and fate.
What? So fate is planned. Everybody says your fate is planned.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's chance against plans.
Yeah.
Roll the dice, or is this all some kind of synchronized mechanical thing that everything's plotted out? And if it is, how freaking boring is that?
Just think. Planning. You imagine sitting up on your cloud before you come down and actually planning this stuff. You know, you know what? I'm going to really throw a spanner in the works with that one and make her think about this because I'm going to put that in the mix. No, surely not. Surely it's just a pure chance thing.
It has to be, because nobody in the right mind would be sitting on the cloud going, you know what? I'm going to go down there. I'm going to take on a body. I'm going to do all these crazy fun things and stuff. And when I'm 49, I'm going to break my penis. Yep, that's my plan.
Oh, God.
But it taught you a lesson. What lesson did you learn from that?
Zig and not sag.
Come on, Dave. What lesson did you learn? Not to do that position again.
Right?
Kind of like riding a horse, you better get in rhythm. I'm just saying,
Anyway.
there's no way that things happen to people in their lives that they would sit there and they would plan those things out. That would be like, oh yeah, we're gonna have this happen. I'm gonna have this bad thing happen. I'm gonna have this good thing happen. I'm gonna have this shitty thing happen. I'm gonna have this really neat thing happen. I'm gonna have all these other terrible things happen. Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, if you had everything planned, nobody would have anything bad ever happen to them. Ever.
No, I disagree with that.
Why would you plan something bad to happen to you?
Because I think it's certain, when you look at your soul evolution, you have to learn lessons, and the only way you learn a lesson is generally through bad experience.
I disagree. You learn a better lesson and a harder lesson through bad experience, but you can learn lessons through very good experiences too.
Of course, but you tend to learn the more integral ones to your evolution, I suppose you want to call it, your soul evolution, not just your physical evolution, but your soul evolution through a harder experience. And we all repeat patterns of behaviour. So the theory on that is that you'll keep having the same pattern of behaviour occur until you learn the lesson. So is that a coincidence or is that a planned thing?
So either my soul is very hard-headed and likes to do things the really hard way in life, or
Same here.
or I'm just really dumb in this life and I'm just not learning my lesson.
Well, yeah, until you learn your lesson, Dave, you're going to keep coming up against the same things. I do too, trust me. I learn from experience. No, that's not true. I don't learn from experience at all. I just go out, I'll put it in the bucket and do it again.
Look at Gary in the chat room asking a serious question and all.
Oh, hello, guys. So do you guys see any meaning in 1111 phenomenon, or have you ever been woken up at a weird time on a regular basis? Okay, the 1111 thing is alleged angel number. Yeah?
That's one explanation, yeah.
Okay, however, when you come to reoccurring numbers, let's go down the reoccurring numbers factor, is if it's to do with date or time, I think you can pretty much discount that.
As just coincidental?
Because it happens every day or every year if you're looking at date.
But you don't necessarily look at the clock every day at that time.
No, but I think there is a level of subconscious at work there as well. Oh, I threw the subconscious into the mix there.
You did.
Well, that and pattern recognition, basic psychology. You're talking about basic pattern recognition, and quite honestly, we're all creatures of habit. So if you happen to notice 11:11 today, what's the likelihood that you're going to notice it later or the next day and the next day and the next day? It's a repeating pattern, you see, and then it just becomes habit. And then you subconsciously you're actually looking at the clock all the time, just not really paying attention to it until it happens to be 11:11, and your subconscious goes, "Oh, hey, I see something. You need to pay attention. Wake up, consciousness!" And you go, "Oh, look, it's 11:11. How neat is that?" And I think it's really just pattern recognition. And
I mean, cognitive psychologists, a guy called Mark Johansson at the Cardiff University in UK, says that coincidences are a product of rational cognitive processes and are an unavoidable result of our mind searching for causality in reality. That's a posh word, isn't it?
Yeah, can you break that down?
Right?
Basically, he's saying that it's a behavioural pattern thing, and because you notice it and it resonances with you, that your mind will then, roughly at the same time every day, like David just said, look at the clock and it'll be 11:11 again. What I find more interesting is when you see those reoccurring numbers everywhere. You know what I mean? So, like, you'll start seeing them on receipts, you'll start seeing them, like, on posters, you'll start seeing them literally everywhere. So whenever someone says to me, every day I look at the clock and it's 11:11, I kind of discount that. Or every day, 222, somebody was talking to me about ages and ages ago. Everywhere he went, he saw it everywhere, literally everywhere, to the point where he was taking photographs of things random, like a van would go past and 222 would be on it, or it would be on a receipt, or it would be on and it was like, he would order a Chinese takeaway and it would come to £22.20. You know what I mean? It was really bizarre how that number reoccurred for him. That made more weirdness to me than the date or the time, quite frankly.
Right.
But wouldn't it be the same thing?
And then that becomes into synchronicity. Yeah.
You start, and intentionally, subconsciously, you start looking for those numbers, so you notice it more.
And it could be too.
Yeah, it could be that too. But it did seem weird where it popped up. I mean, as I say, when you order a Chinese, how rare that's a really strange occurrence when you order a Chinese and you're getting 222 on your receipt.
It's like guys at work crack me up because if they get like 666, they will change it to 665 or 667. They will not write that number down.
I think that's funny.
Under no circumstance will they write that number.
And every time it's 3:33 a.m., I always go, "It's only half evil."
But Andy's going to tell me the number because he's in the chat room. Good evening, Andy.
Andy.
Oh, what is that? Isn't the number for that. That doesn't mean that. Under angel numbers, it means something completely different. I haven't got my list of angel numbers. I've forgotten to pick it up. But damn. Oh no. I put that away. I had a list of angel numbers, but 666 is allegedly supposed to be the devil's number, isn't it? But it isn't. It means something completely different. And the devil's number is something complete. 616. Thank you. That's the actual devil's number.
616. I never heard that.
Yeah.
I always heard the mark of the beast was 666.
Yeah, but that's
it's in all the songs.
It's on all the songs, man. They don't lie.
It's on all that.
Oh my God, guys! Do your research. Come on, I've got Andy Master as my research.
Right? Not that I'm doubting you, Mr. Mercer.
Look
I'm
at
just
it.
surprised.
Look at Teresa
Careful,
suck up a ballot
you're
at
going
the
to
same
get like a
time.
million long post about why it's 616. But no, seriously.
Bring
So
it.
now I'm going
I
to
can
see
read.
6:16 a.m. all the time or something.
Yeah, now you got to start worrying. I mean, at one point I was seeing 666 everywhere, and I actually put a post up in one of my groups saying, "Oh, should I be worried?" Knowing full well I shouldn't be, but it's interesting to hear what people say. And yeah, it was, it is an angel number. I can't remember what it means. The Aramaic, I probably said that completely wrong. Aramaic text does state the number, and it's 616.
Number 616 is a combination of attributes and energies of number 6 and 1, with number 6 appearing twice, amplifying its influences. Number 6 relates to love of home and family and domesticity, service to others, responsibility in others, financial aspects of life, and providing for the self of others, grace, gratitude, and the ability to compromise. Number 6 also resonates with personal willpower, solution finding, and God, this is long, and overcoming obstacles. Number 1.
Thank you for listening to the show.
Number 1 brings you qualities of new beginnings and I'm going to finish this damn thing. Striving forward, willpower, motivation, and progress, self-leadership, and assertiveness, attainment, and fulfillment, uniqueness, and individuality, and oh my God! So, angels number 616 brings a message from your angels that why don't they just go to this? This is what I wanted to hear. That your prayers and positive affirmations will help to improve all circumstances in your life. That doesn't seem evil.
Well, I actually said Aramaic correctly. That's the only bit I focused on that bit. And he said I said it correctly with an exclamation mark, like he's surprised I actually said it correctly.
Right now, we're impressed about a lot of things, Andy.
But Iron Maiden 616, the number of the beast, just doesn't sound the same.
No, which is probably why the film changed it to 666.
And the song, I mean, you got the old Iron Maiden song about it and stuff. It just 616 doesn't sound the same when you say
What
it.
came first, the film or the song thing?
The film of the devil.
He is really impressed with me.
Yes, he is.
I was so happy.
What did you say, Aramaic, right?
I said Aramaic, right? Celia's going to see Alpaca Mountains.
We were on a show the other night, and I almost brought that up. We were talking about Appalachian.
Honestly, that's absolutely becoming legendary now.
But when Annie Weibel was on with us Monday night, because she's out of West Virginia, and her family's out of Kentucky and West Virginia, and I'm like, we talking about our Appalachian heritage, and I'm like, I almost said, and our Alpaca Mountains heritage. I'm like, no, don't.
Annie wouldn't have understood that.
Annie wouldn't understand it, but Max and some of the other people in the chat room and stuff would have been like, oh yeah.
Oh, what the hell are you not talking about? Yeah, you want to listen to Kerry Greenway. It says pothole, it's not just pothole. So anyway, in regards to reoccurring things, so like, people read a lot of things into signs, don't they? Like a white feather, or, is supposed to be for your angels, numbers, things like that. But see, those sort of things, I think it's very dependent on circumstance as whether or not you take it in that kind of way.
This is going to get me in trouble. I tend to find those things as being superstitious.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people get very mad at me about that, because some of them are, like you said, with angels and things like that, are very innate in their religion and their beliefs of their religion, and I still find them all to be superstitious. If you want to find a sign, you're going to find one. If you want to find a good omen, you'll find a good omen. If you want to find a bad omen, you'll find it. It's what you're looking for, and or if you have to have that affirmation to allow you to feel that you need to move on or do something, just do it. What do you have to? Oh, I don't know if I should do this or not. Oh, I found a blue feather. It means I've got good luck on my side. And then it all falls apart.
If you're going through a phase, though, of really bad luck and you're desperate for some form of affirmation, then surely that's a good thing on a psychological basis, because you go, oh, I've had my sign, it's going to get better. So it gives you that positiveness. I mean, I was going to tell you about my sign, because I was moaning to I've got a lady that's into shamanism, and she was round, and we were having a good old chinwag in the garden one day, and I was having a right old moan off about my spirit team, and as I do occasionally. And I said, I never get signs. now I think that's probably because I'm quite logical minded. And she said, they're all around you all the time. And I was like, yeah, because you just don't see them. Now, while we're talking, this butterfly came and sat on the table right in front of me. And she went, there's one. And I was like, it's a butterfly. It's just having a rest. You know, it's on the table. I've got alcohol in front of me. It's probably thinking, hey, party. Do you know what I mean? It's thinking party. And she was like, no. She said, and now this butterfly sat there for absolutely ages. The whole conversation we were talking about science, this butterfly was sat there. And then literally we changed the subject, moved on to something else, and then off it went. And she went, now do you believe? And I'm like, well, that is a bit weird, because the minute this conversation changed, it decided to leave the conversation. But she went, it's how you view things. In regard to those kind of things, it's how you view things. So that's not really, we've sort of moved off coincidences and synchronicities on this one. But is
that a coincidence that you changed the subject and the butterfly moved?
It was a little weird, because it wasn't a conscious thing to change the subject to see if the butterfly moved. But it sat there the whole time we talked about signs and symbols, flapping its little wings, supping up on the alcohol that I'd spilt. You know, I mean, it probably flew off a bit drunk. Like, whee, we're going on a fly and I'm buzzing. But, you know, I mean, another time I was in the kitchen and I was like quite low at this time, and I was like, oh, come on, give me a sign. I really need a sign right now. And I was washing up at the kitchen sink, looked up, and it was just at Christmas. And out of my kitchen window, somebody had put their decorations up, and there was a pentagram, a flashing Christmassy thing, pentagram. But it was not a Star of David. It was definite pentagram. And I have to say, I did laugh out loud at that. Okay, fair enough. You know what I
mean? All right, you win that one.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally like, come on now. And whether or not it was just the timing in that, where they turned the light on, so it started flashing, that I'd noticed it, but I'd not noticed it before that moment when I'd said, oh, come on now, give me a sign, for God's sakes, that I'm doing the right thing here. And literally, I looked up while I was washing up and then saw it, and I was like, really? Now, really?
See,
and it was Christmassy, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, the signs is why I'm filling up my shamanism thing, because I can't get my mindset around that. To me, there's just, if things are bad, change them. If things aren't going the way I want them to do, I do something different. It's not a matter of I need affirmation of something to give me that thing. I'm in control of my destiny. I'm in control of what's going on around me. If I don't like what's going on, make a change, make a move, do something different. Like right now, I didn't like the way things were going, so I've been on Weight Watchers for a month, and I've lost 15 pounds because I didn't want to gain any more weight. So I made a change. That was my choice. And that's why I said that's why I'm not having a good luck with my whole shamanistic journey. You've heard me quit talking about, because they're like, find your guides, your animal guides, and see the signs. I'm like, it's just a freaking twig. It's just a butterfly. It's just this. And they're like, no, it's a sign. For what? What's it trying to tell me? Come talk to me, damn it.
But you say that, but isn't it turned to timing? I mean, the famous cases where Andy has put this in the chat room. Carl Jung, famous psychotherapist, thank you. I always get those two muddled up. Was listening to a client talk about a dream involving a scarab beetle. Then suddenly, a scarab beetle bumped into the window of Jung's office. And this is in Switzerland. How often do you see scarab beetles in Switzerland?
You don't.
You don't. So that is weird.
Odd. Yeah, but it's coincidental as hell. That doesn't make it something kind of omen. Oh, my God. It's time to move to Egypt. There's a scarab beetle.
It's a sign that something was going to go wrong in Egypt.
I was going to say, maybe we need to play like Damien music or something.
He was the father of analytical psychology, Carl Jung.
Let me guess, Andy sent you a message to let you know.
He put that in the chat
room.
No,
he's put it in the chat room.
Oh, okay.
So there are, I mean, on a day-to-day basis, if I do think it's a belief system thing. If you ask for a sign, yes, you probably psychologically are going to see something that you will take as a sign. Yeah?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
If you're asking for it and you're needing some kind of positive or negative signal to signify or give you hope or whatever, then you're going to find what you're looking for. Just like we said at the start of the show, you're going to experience what you want.
It's your own confirmation bias.
If they say that redbirds, cardinals are a sign
of somebody from heaven visiting you.
So if all of a sudden, your loved one passes away and you start seeing cardinals, I think it's just that you're more aware of them than they're actually being there.
Yeah.
Because cardinals are around all the time. But if you're in an area where there are none.
See, Carrie's got her butt. Let her get her butt in here.
No, I'm with Teresa. I'm going, but yeah, we go into the spiritual.
Right. If you're in an area where there are none, then that's something to really think about.
Very much so.
To me, if you need signs to help you with things, and I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying they don't work for me. I just don't have. It's a bird. It flies. Who knows how the hell it got here? Somebody could have brought one over and it got free or turned it loose or whatever. That doesn't make it some big omen to me. I don't. But you know that. Teresa knows that. She knows I don't look for anything like that. I go with what's realistic. What can I do about this situation? If there's something I can do about it, then I do it. If there's nothing I can do about it, then I forget it and move on to the next damn thing. Mm-hmm. I've always been that way. I don't look for signs or anything else. If we need to make a change. Well, let's change. And then people always about shit their doors because people hate change.
That's very true. But as Andy says in the chat room, and I mentioned it earlier in the show, it is human nature to see patterns, to see things that we want to see. We've talked about this before, how the mind will see what it wants to see because you need that affirmation or that positiveness. You don't win because...
Yes, I do. Andy said, I agree with you, Jay. The meaning is what you put into it. If Andy Mercer agrees with me, piss on it, I win. I'm done.
Oh, shit. I'm not going to be able to live with him the rest of the week.
Hell no. I'm right. Son of a... You get into it, but you...
All right, then. Let's change this up a little bit.
Mic drop.
Oh, his mic dropped. Okay, so the date, the 26th of every month, is supposed to be bad luck. Was you aware of this?
Do what?
The 26th of every single month is supposed to be bad luck.
Superstition. No, I didn't know that.
Did you not know this? Right. Well, this is one little fact I found out.
Well, it is a Monday. It is a Monday this month, so I would believe that.
That would right.
That automatically makes it bad.
That's right.
Max says signs everywhere are signs. Okay, so just to give you a few, on the 26th of September in 1932, an earthquake happened in this place in Greece. I can't read that word. In November the 26th, 43, an earthquake happened in Turkey. Loads and loads of earthquakes. This is all to do with earthquakes. Okay, and the 26th of May in 75, an earthquake happened in the North Atlantic. On the 26th of April in 92, an earthquake happened in California. And the list goes on and on and on. Okay, so allegedly, if you look at all the natural disasters that happened on the 26th of any month, because it doesn't seem to be month related, it's now classed as being bad luck on a natural front on the 26th of each month. Should we be worried?
Okay.
It was all earthquakes. It was all earthquakes.
Back that train up. Back the earthquake train up. We got to apply some common sense here. If you go and look on any of those geological maps of the country or the world or wherever you are, almost everywhere on the planet, every single day, there is an earthquake.
Yeah, I agree with you.
To some degree. Usually lower, 2.4, 2.7, 4.5s, occasionally 5 point whatever. They're not the 7 and 8s and oh my God 9s that you hear about in the news when it's a big disaster, but they happen every day. So to say that an earthquake happened on the 26th is like saying someone woke up that day.
Yes, Max, I am really going back 88 years to find this stuff. Yes,
Give her
Max.
hell, Max. Give her hell.
She's traveling in time
don't
right
give me
now.
hell.
Hey,
I'm literally, I mean, come on.
Hey, Carrie.
Yeah.
Carrie.
Yeah, I'll do you one better than that.
Carrie.
The Krakatoa volcanic eruption was August 26th of 1883.
See, we're going back even further. I mean, I've got a whole list, honestly. I mean, I've literally mentioned just a few, but it all happened on the 26th. Now,
Hey, Carrie.
I looked in... Yes, mate.
Andy agreed with me.
You know, Pompeii happened on the 26th of the month in 79 AD.
Saying the F word there. So close. Now, I looked into a little bit of statistics on this because, now the 26th is supposed to be bad luck. So I looked into statistics. Statistics. I looked into... Oh, my God, what is wrong with me tonight? Now...
Have another drink.
When you broke it down into statistics, oh my God, 3.3% of the statistics actually is, it's not actually bad luck or coincidence or synchronicity at all when you actually break it down to natural disasters. But for some reason, human nature has connected the 26 with all these natural disasters and have now said that it is bad luck.
I about guarantee
No, Max, I'm not going to tell you what happened on the 26th the last 2 years because I haven't got that information. I've only gone up to 2010. All right.
Okay, Gaz, in the chat room right above that, Gaz says, I think that if you believe that a certain day is unlucky, that something bad is going to happen to you, you will probably find a way to make it happen. And
Absolutely.
I think that's true. Friday the 13th.
It means nothing.
And this is why I say every day ends with why. Why, God, why?
Yeah, that's
every day
how my days go.
And every day ends with why and saying, why not? Oh.
So we can take this a step further.
See, Jay's more positive. He's glass half full.
Jay I'm sorry, but a lot of these things I really do, and even with the signs and stuff, I find them to be so superstitious, or people wanting to find something in things instead of just dealing with what's really going on. Just deal with it, face it. You don't do it. Don't talk about it, or
deal with things the way they are. Accept
it's pretty simple.
Come on, Jay. We
it's simple as can be.
Attribute and blame everything else for all our problems.
Get into the
hell yeah.
It's an angel number. It means something good. Oh no, it's a bad evil number. It's 616 or 666. It's the devil. It's a freaking number.
Okay, so I've got a synchronicity going on at the moment. I say synchronicity or coincidence, whatever way you want to look at it. Everywhere I go at the moment, I'm hearing the same song. So I'll walk into a shop and the song will be playing, or I'll turn on the radio and the song will be playing, or I'll turn on YouTube and it'll be the first song in the playlist. Same song.
What's the song?
You don't want to know what song it is.
Actually, I'm now more curious than I've ever been curious about anything in my life.
When I think of you, I touch myself.
No. It's actually Stressed Out.
Yeah.
It's not Bound Chicka Wow Wow.
If you listen to Jay, you won't be stressed out anymore.
Right?
I know, it's really weird. It's really, really weird. Really, really weird, even. It's really weird. And to the point where I'm going, yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, it's the PA company paying lots of money to get it aired everywhere. But it's a song from about 4 or 5 years ago now. It's not like a recent song. If it was like a recent song, then I'd go, yeah, that's right, yeah. But it's not. But it just seems a little strange. But history is... Oh, I've got to bring the history into this, guys. You got to love this one.
Uh-oh.
You know where I'm going with this one, don't you? Okay, let's take it into American history.
Oh, God.
Coincidence or synchronicity, or just pure chance?
Pure chance.
Similarities between the assassinations of Kennedy and Lincoln.
Pure chance.
Oh, I dug deep.
Pure chance. The number of letters in their name. Pure chance.
I haven't checked these facts. I would just like to say this.
Oh, go for it.
So Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846 and Kennedy was elected to Congress in 1946. He was elected president in 1860 and Kennedy was elected president in 1960. Lincoln lost a child whilst living in the White House and Kennedy did too.
With his wife or with his mistress? My bad.
As I say, I haven't checked any of
I was going to say, and Kennedy did a child while in the White House.
Lincoln was directly concerned with civil rights, and so was Kennedy. Lincoln had a secretary named Kennedy who told him not to go to the theatre. Kennedy had a secretary named Lincoln who told him not to go to Dallas. However, having said that, I would just like to add, there is no record whether or not Kennedy's secretary warned him. That is pure conjecture. Lincoln was shot in the back of the head in the presence of his wife, and so was Kennedy. Lincoln was shot in the Ford Theatre. Lincoln was shot in a Lincoln made by Ford. That has got to be a reach, surely.
They're all reaches. It's coincidence. It happens.
No, Kennedy was, Richard. Jesus, come on, keep up. Lincoln was shot on a Friday, and so was Kennedy. Lincoln, the assassin John Wilkes Booth, was known by 3 names, comprised of 15 letters. The assassin Lee Harvey Oswald was known by 3 names, comprised of 15 letters. It goes on and on. I think you can find. See, with that, I think any historical thing, I think if you look hard enough, you'll find a link somewhere.
And
what
just
do we
like
think?
Danny said earlier, people try to find patterns and things. We all want to find this big conspiracy that something else bigger and better is going on instead of looking at it and dealing with what really is happening.
I love that. No, Kennedy was shot in the front of his head. Magic bullet, that's what I'm saying. That'll send the chat room off into a conspiracy theory chat.
Yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald shot no one.
Oh, that's a whole new show. That's a whole new show.
Yeah. History says a lot of shit that ain't true.
Hey, history is always tailored, remember? That's the other thing we've got to remember.
History is written by the winners.
It's always tailored.
By the victors.
True that.
But yeah, it's all just coincidence to me. I don't see always having to find something has to be something to me. The wind blows because the wind blows. It doesn't mean because some giant force is prevailing it to do something. Oh my God, seriously? Why does it have to be something, people? Why can't this be the wind blows?
I mean, I know. I mean, look at let's talk about the Titanic. That's another famous mega coincidence, synchronicity, whatever way you want to look at it. You know, depending on your viewpoint, I think this is it a coincidence? Is it a synchronicity? Is it a precog? What the hell was the Titanic? You know? Have you not heard about this one?
I think we've all heard about the Titanic.
You heard about the Titanic, but was you aware that an American author, Morgan Robertson, wrote a book called Futility or Wreck of the Titan, where she wrote, or he wrote about the sinking of an unsinkable ocean liner. Now, there are lots of synchronicities in this, or coincidences, whatever way you want to look at it. And, yeah, it's quite weird when you look at it. The Titan, in the book, was described as the largest craft afloat and the greatest of the works of men, equal to that of a first-class hotel and, of course, unsinkable. Both ships were British-owned steel ships, 800 feet long, and sank after hitting an iceberg. Oh, I love it.
Well,
you've all gone quiet.
But I have heard of that, and it is just to me, it's just a coincidence.
There are lots of synchronicities in that. Coincidences in that.
But they're coincidences. But everybody's like, oh no, she was foretelling the future. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Okay.
I think at that point, we're more likely that Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the quantum accelerator and vanished.
but to me, that goes back to that brings up like Nostradamus. Did he really predict these things? Okay, he wrote down a bunch of shit. People later looks at it.
Whack shit that was meaningless and cryptic as hell.
Oh my God, that set Dave off.
I've read those quatrains, and I've actually wasted time trying to decipher that crap. And I'm thinking, and I got to one point, and I just said, "Why the hell am I doing this? This is meaningless crap. This could mean anything."
But if you want to find meaning in it, you will. Just like we've been saying that this entire thing. Coincidences are just what they are. But if you want to find some kind of meaning in it, whether it be divine or evil, that's your choice. That's your perception. That's what you're looking for.
Yes.
That's true. I do think so. I think if you are looking at something, particularly in the historical front, I remember doing a study at college. God, I'm going back a lot of years. And there was a thing that you can find a correlation between anything if you look hard enough.
Yeah, I agree.
Why does everyone keep going quiet on me?
We're pondering what you're saying. We're trying to discern. Is she saying something?
I'm actually
really
trying to keep up the chat. You're making me think, and I got a chat room that's got intelligent discussion going on, and I'm like, I've got two intelligent discussions going on. One I got to read, one I got to listen. I'm kind of like screwed.
The ballistics. They're on the conspiracy theory of JFK and whatnot, aren't they?
I got a film. We're getting ready to put a show together with Captain Chris and Andy and all this stuff where we're actually going to go into some conspiracy theories. I see this coming.
I've been wanting to do a JFK show with Andy for a long time now.
He volunteered already in the chat room.
Oh, mate, I've been talking about this for absolutely ages, but pinning Andy down at the moment because he's so busy.
See,
he's such a busy man.
Because I'm not on the show. That's one thing I do like about Andy. He's got so much knowledge in his mind, and he's got so much to share that I usually don't have to do a whole lot of the show, and I don't really have to be here to co-host. I can just kind of like do the intro and then set my mic off and my headset down and just listen.
This is true, that. We just give him a topic and let him go.
And I learn shit.
Oh, yeah. God always learn from Andy. Yeah, that's why he's so amazing. Where was I?
Kerry, guess what?
Yeah.
He agreed with me earlier.
Oh, my God. You're going to keep bringing that up.
For at least a week.
Oh, my God. He's going to message me randomly. You know this, guys, and say, guess what? And I'll be like, what? And exclamation mark, big capital letters. And he'll be like, Andy agreed with me.
I got a niece in the hole for the first time in a long damn time.
He's gonna wake me up in the middle of the night and say, Teresa, guess what? I'll be, what? Andy agreed with me.
Oh, he's so made up of that. Andy agreed with him.
I wake up in the middle of the night. It's not gonna be for that. Trust me.
And there's another life lesson.
Sorry, Andy. There's a lot of respect for you, brother, but not at that point in time.
So, anyway, I haven't finished my Titanic coincidences yet. Being as you've all moved on, I haven't finished my Titanic. So I've been into this quite deep, guys. Come on, let me at least talk about it.
Talk about it.
Go for it.
Violet Jessup, right? This lovely lady called Violet Jessup. She was a stewardess, right? And she ended up on the Titanic, as we know, that sank, bless her. And then she went onto another ship called the Olympic, and that sank. And then she went onto the Britannic, and that sank too.
You know what? At some point, she had to learn a lesson.
Yeah, time to change careers.
Right?
Exactly. However, she had a 42-year career at sea. 3 of the major ships. I mean, I wonder how many ships she was on in total. I mean, the chances are. And some of the circumstances she was under in World War II, do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So, it's hardly surprising, But she was actually named Miss Unsinkable herself. I always thought that was Maggie or Molly Brown. Molly Brown? Was it Molly Brown or Maggie? No, it's Molly.
Molly.
The Unsinkable Molly Brown. But apparently Miss Unsinkable Violet Jessup was also part of this Unsinkable. I have to say, if I'd known that and she was on the ship, I'd be like, I'm not getting on it.
Yeah. Let me see your passenger list first, please.
How many ships have you been on?
All right.
How many of some?
That one didn't end good.
On with you.
Yeah, that one didn't end good. Oh, shit, that one didn't end good.
I know.
Can I have my money back, please?
Or, being as she's unthinkable, if it did crash, not crash, but, have an issue, you'd stick like glue to her because you know she's going to survive.
Right.
Where is she? Yeah. I want her.
Right?
Mm.
Oh, wow.
I know. Hey, Captain Chris is in the room. So, yes. So, that's quite weird. Very unlucky.
Extremely.
So in history, you can find coincidences or synchronicities, whatever way you want to look at it. You notice I'm now pronunciating my words incredibly well.
I know you are.
She took a sip.
Gone a bit too far. So I'm not overly impressed. An old donkey is in the chat room. Good evening, an old donkey.
That's like the way it sounds when you say it.
An old donkey. So what do we reckon? Are we surrounded by signs and symbols from the other side, and they come to us in all sorts of weird and wonderful ways, or is it just pure chance?
I think it's whatever you want to believe.
There are times where you go, that's really weird.
If you want to believe that, and I don't want to.
Oh my God! Everyone's agreeing with Jay tonight.
Pow chicka bow wow. Oh, I am the master of the domain.
That's the wrong reaction to that statement.
No, because if they're all agree with me tonight, that's going to be the reaction to that statement.
Okay.
That's going to be the end result of that statement.
Well, maybe.
Oh my!
Dreaming. Keep dreaming.
Oh.
He's not going to be able to get out of the studio, guys, if you keep agreeing with him,
Hey, Max even agrees with me.
Can't I have one person in the chat room? Yeah, thank you, Richard. I will. Don't you worry about that. Can't I just have one person in the chat room agreeing with me that sometimes it's a little too weird to be coincidence or synchronicity? It's a little, to be coincidence, but synchronicity. Going back into definition.
I feel I have to interject now and share a story of my co-host from State of Mind on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern here on Paramania, Sarah Soderlin. We were talking about synchronicity, one of our shows recently, and she actually said on air, which I couldn't believe she said this on air, because I kind of tried to correct her, and she goes, no, really, seriously. And what she said to me was, my TV talks to me. And I'm like, what? You mean you hear something and it seems relative to what you were talking about or thinking about, and it just coincidence? Or he goes, no, seriously, my TV talks to me. I'll be sitting there and I'll be Brandon and I'll be talking. It's her husband, Brandon and I'll be talking about something, and then all of a sudden the TV in the other room, which we didn't even hear because it was down low enough that it wasn't bothering us, all of a sudden we hear it say something and it's completely related to the subject we're talking about. And it just chimes in and says something. And it's like, or it's an answer to the question she just said out loud or something. And I'm like, so you mean your TV literally is talking to you and answering your questions? I said, they have little padded rooms for that, Sarah. You being a trained forensic psychologist should understand that.
It's called, right? Is that any different as talking to the ghost box?
Probably not. Sometimes I talk to the voices in my own head, but yeah. So she looks at that as synchronicity because her TV.
And
talks
he said the same thing in the chat room about Ghostbox.
Oh yeah, see, he's agreed with you again twice in a night, Jay.
Yep, me and Andy was on the same wavelength twice in one night.
Oh, you need a different word then.
Winner, chicken dinner. I can't be Weight Watchers chicken dinner, but you know what?
Yeah.
I'm scared.
It is strange. You can't. There are some times where it is a little weird. Or when you meet somebody and you start talking completely strange, and you've got, hang on, all of a sudden you start talking and you go, that's similar and that's the same and that's that. Is that's Is that coincidence?
Exactly. Coincidence. Just like me and Andy agree and coming up with the same things.
Sure, I do agree. Is it or isn't it? I don't know.
It's coincidence. It's so simple. Why do people have to make it so difficult?
Well,
okay.
Max,
I'll throw another wrench into this.
Go on then. Go on. You throw another little wrench in now.
Are they coincidences, or how about this one for you? The random number experiment. Now, Andy, you need to fill in the blanks in this one because I'm sure you know all about this. Random number experiments where they've done multiple random number generators, and during certain, we'll call them high emotional or high impact in human life events, like major amounts of death, tragedy, large earthquakes. The random number generators start synchronizing and start putting out patterns that are similar across all the random number generators. What the hell is that about? Is that coincidence or is that synchronicity? See, that sounds to me like synchronicity because now all of a sudden you can tie the random number generators and the patterns they're generating being similar to an event.
Or is that the collective unconscious at work?
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
Wow.
Actually, wouldn't that be precognitive collective unconscious?
Oh, my God. We just keep getting deeper into this, don't we?
Oh my God, we should have had Andy on for this
Chris,
show.
Now you get too much math. And Richard, if a Jay meets a drunk down the pub, would that be a coincidence? No, because I'm probably the drunk I met. I probably having a conversation with myself in the mirror.
I saw that. I saw that on Facebook. Oh my God, yeah, I did see that. How drunk do you have to be? I think we all saw that and laughed because we've all done that at some point or other.
Well, not me. I never drank.
I went to a little funny
Are
story.
You serious?
Nothing to do with coincidences or synchronicities, but I went to a club one night, very young. First sort of time I was out getting drunk.
Last week?
Yeah. Well, shh. And I decided this particular night I wasn't going to wear my glasses. Why? Why did I do that? I have no idea why I thought that. Anyway, I walked up the stairs. The club was upstairs, so I had to go up the stairs, and there's a mirror right in front of me. I didn't see the mirror because I didn't have my glasses on. Walked straight into the mirror, knocked myself out, stumbled back, fell back down the stairs.
Wow.
Had to go home. Quickest night out I've ever had. True story. That is a true story, that. Yes, Andy, we should have had you on.
Yeah,
but we're going to have you on for a JFK conspiracy theory night. We are so going to do that.
So what do you do next week?
Guess what we're doing next week? Oh, so that's so much research. Actually, I don't need to, do I? Because Andy's got all the information.
Did you see what Gaz Brown put? It's exactly the same as the infinite monkeys with infinite typewriters theory. Sooner or later, patterns will appear in chaos.
Now, there's a thought.
You mean like just because they just start hitting keys?
Infinite amount of monkeys with infinite amount of typewriters just typing away. Sooner or later, it's going to be in the chaos. Sooner or later, there will be patterns that will appear.
See, that just reminds me of Jurassic Park and the chaos theory thing that he brought out in that.
Oh, Andy says he's not around next week, so.
Oh, no, we're going to have to.
Got to reschedule.
Shit, I thought he's really busy.
Well, I thought we had. I said, boy, that's the easiest we've ever booked a show. Damn, we would done it all. No. Damn, it just fell through.
Actually, we could do it without him and really annoy him.
You could do it without him, and he's going to have to go back and listen to it and come back on and have to correct the shit out of everything he said wrong.
Yeah, this is very true. Like, what the hell?
This is how the show would go. Yeah, I was going to say, this is how the show go. I have a 37-point essay I've written to counteract all the incorrect information you gave on the last show.
Yes, Captain Chris, we would solve it. Oh, dear. I don't know if monkeys would write every book ever written if you gave them just a typewriter and let them go. I think they'd get bored far too quickly and start scratching and picking nits out of each other and stuff.
You know, I enjoy Shakespeare and the original Klingon, so.
So basically, we are sort of like a bit split on the old synchronicities, coincidences factor, aren't we? Because I think, yes, I see the logical, yes, I see the psychological side of it, that your brain will pick up patterns and see things if you're looking for them hard enough. But I also see the other side of them, spiritual, whereas things are a 2-hour special. Sometimes things are a little too weird, a little too strange, and a little too weird to put down as pure chance sometimes. And I bet Teresa's with me on that.
I am. You know,
whereas Jay and Dave are like, no, it's all logical. It all can be explained.
I'm not saying it's logical. I'm saying it, but why can't it be just what it is? It's just coincidental. It's weird. Why does it always have to have some bigger meaning and bigger definition? I think that we, as a species, we tend to overthink a shitload of things that are actually more simple than what they want to be. We just can't accept the simplicity of it. Well, it can't be that easy. Yeah, it can be. No, there's got to be more to it. No, it's really that freaking easy.
It's simple. It comes down to a simple equation. When we can't explain things with logic and reason, we apply statistics, which are lies, damn lies, and statistics. And all common sense is thrown out the door, and we start making meaning out of nothingness and chaos.
But don't we need meaning in our lives?
And we need chaos.
We need that.
Next week, just book, we'll have Chris and Wayne on.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, we've got next week booked. We're doing a 2-hour special because I start at 11, so I can go through to 1 quite easily, whereas 12 till 2 is a bit harsh. Huh?
He said the server would crash.
Would it? No, it wouldn't.
Let's crash that bitch. Oh!
Whoa!
Yeah. I think we need a little bit of that in our lives, in all honesty. We need a little bit of, if we want to see it, if we need that little bit of affirmation or guidance or whatever, then what harm does it do?
Well, there's no harm. And that's why I said earlier, I know I was going to offend people with my stance, but to me, people would look for means and things and stuff, actually taking responsibility for what's going on around them and doing something about it. Whether it be make a change for good or make a change for the bad that you're not going to like, but make the damn move. Why do you have to have something to give you affirmation to do it? Just do it. 45 seconds. Good night.
Here we go again.
Thank you so much for the chat room, guys. It's been great listening, watching all your comments go through. Thank you so, so much. And we all bid you a very farewell and good night.
Good night.
Night all.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to join us for more shows throughout the week. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and the World Wide Web to keep up to date with all the shows right here on Parasearch Radio.